Right, everyone, I've popped back to share something with you, and it's possibly something that you're already familiar with, but I wasn't, and I will tell you what it is. So first of all, most people have one of these, an envelope punch board. I was very, very late to the party. I've not had mine very long, a few months probably, because I used to make my envelopes. I've got a mathematical way of doing it, but you know, it's a bit complicated and blah, 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 blah. Hence I never shared it. So I've finally invested in one of these. And these things, first of all, I find them quite hard to read. Certainly the ones which are on the blue stripe, I can't read those. And also they're not always necessarily exactly what you want. And then I make cards with bits of scrap paper and things, and they're different sizes to standard sizes. So I wasn't 100% sure if people were aware, but there is an app you can use. Now I'm going to show you what I've got on my phone here, and I'll show you the app I use is for Android devices. I don't own any Apple devices, and you know, I'm just not a fan of Apple, so personally that doesn't work for me. But if you've got Apple things, I'm just going to show you that there apparently is something on the App Store. Now I don't know anything about it, whether or not it works, doesn't work, you'll have to investigate for yourself, but I'll show you. It does say it is on the Apple App Store, and I think it costs 89 pence, but it looks like it looks like it does the same thing as mine. So the one I've got is this one, and it's called Envelope Punch Board Calculator, but that didn't fit obviously. And that's the little icon for it. It's free, you don't have to pay for it. This is the icon, what it looks like on my device. Let me show you. I don't know if it may not. What does? Envelope Punch Board. And when you open it, I'll show you the card I've just made here. You saw me make was, I tried to do it in inches. I do usually. Oh my goodness, that has slipped on there. I'm gonna have to trim that. That was bad, wasn't it? But it's 11 centimetres by 11 centimetres. So I have made my envelope. Oh, you all know what an envelope looks like, but it's an absolutely perfect fit. It'll fit just fine in there. And also that card's quite raised, so it does add a little bit. So my thing is set on centimetres at the moment, but I usually keep it on inches, and it's very easy to change. You just click on the dots at the top. It says settings, and literally the only settings are whether or not you have it in centimetres or inches. And you put in the length. So you know, I'm not going to go mad, and let's look at this in inches. So you measure your thing, that's 4 1/4, and that's 2 3/4. So you would put in here 2.75 and what did I say, 4 1/4. It's the space I keep as 1/8 of an inch. That's like the standard. That just gives you that little bit of wriggle room. And then it tells you the paper size that you need, 6 1/4 inches by 6 1/4 inches. And you need to do your score and punch at 2 1/2 inches. But you can use that for any envelope. And I just use this all the time. I never look at the board, I just use this. So whether or not, you know, people are aware that there is something out there that can help, I don't know. But if not, here it is. Envelope Punch Board Calculator. And I haven't had a problem with it. The only time you get a bit of a problem is if you've got, and I think you'd have the same if you did it just using the, you know, the punch board thing. If you have a very narrow envelope, the flap is too long and you have to cut off a bit of the flap. But if you're doing like a square, let me just lift up a bit. If you're doing a square one, obviously you don't have that problem. But if it's very, very shallow, then this flap, say you've got an envelope that's only that wide, this flap would be longer. So I just fold mine under and or cut it off or just glue it. But I mean, you'd have that problem with anything with that size. So yeah, if you're interested and you haven't come across it, I find it invaluable, and I just thought I would share. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll just show you what it looks like again. If you're on Android, oh That's not very sensible, is it? If you're on Android, it's like a little... Oh! I'm getting confused. I can't zoom in anymore. So it's an envelope punch board calculator. Okay, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.